Welcome back, and we are going to go back to Fred in a few minutes just to see, you know, how he's getting on and whether those lights get fixed. So we'll join him then, and then you can see his surprise. Now, we're joined now by two experts, palmist Robin Lown and graphologist Maureen Williams, who are going to compete to see which is more accurate, palm reading or graphology. Loads of you have been sending in your faxes of your palms and samples of your handwriting, so we'll go on to those.
Absolutely, faxes. Yeah, let's take our first caller, who is now, just before we plunge into this, do we need to have Maureen, who's not able to hear what
Robin needs to put some headphones on.
Robin needs to put some headphones on, Robin.
So that you can't hear what Maureen's going to say.
So you can't hear, because we're going to ask Maureen, first of all, to look at people's handwriting.
We've got nice Christmas music in there.
Tell us what she thinks about a caller. And then, second of all, Robin, who can't hear what Maureen says, but he can read my lips, be quiet, he's going to then tell about the person according to the palm print, and let's just see how they match. Can he hear now? So the first caller is from Bath. It's Jacqueline. Hi, Jacqueline.
Hi.
Now let's have a look at your writing first of all. There we go. So based on the writing that you've given to Maureen to look at, what question would you like to ask?
I think I'd like to ask a question about my career, just whether she can tell from my writing if I'm going to be successful. Is that enough?
Okay. So what do you think, Maureen?
Well, I'd love to say yes, Jacqueline. I do feel your writing makes quite a statement. You are an expansive personality and you've got lots of enthusiasm, so if that counts for something, then that's very important. I think you're quite unconventional in some ways, and you've got a lot of enjoyment of life. Life is so full that it's hard sometimes to cram everything in. So if you're going to make a success of your life, I would say perhaps trim down a little bit and focus more on what you actually want to do and be objective.
Okay, Jacqueline, can I ask you, what is your career at the moment? What are you doing?
Well, at the moment I'm working as a PA, but I want to get into the film industry, but I do feel that I do try and cram a bit too much in. So I think maybe I should try and focus a bit more.
So what Maureen was saying quite accurate then?
Yeah, no, it does quite sum me up, yeah.
Okay, well listen, let's see what Robin says then. You can take your headphones off now.
Wow.
I'm talking to Jacqueline about whether she'll be successful in her chosen career.
Well, Jacqueline, first of all, you've got a lot of conflicting interests. You're that sort of person. And, you know, you've got this kind of individuality which oozes style and all that kind of stuff. You're a roller coaster of emotions. Just calm down. Take one thing at a time and do it well. It's a good rule, as many can tell. You've got a very strong ego. I know you don't probably want to hear this, but you've got lots of energy, lots of optimism. You're idealistic.
Take your headphones off now.
Wow.
I'm talking to Jacqueline about whether she'll be successful in her chosen career.
Well, Jacqueline, first of all, you've got a lot of conflicting interests. You're that sort of person. And, you know, you've got this kind of individuality which oozes style and all that kind of stuff. You're a roller coaster of emotions. Just calm down. Take one thing at a time and do it well. It's a good rule, as many can tell. You've got a very strong ego. I know you don't probably want to hear this, but you've got lots of energy, lots of optimism. You're idealistic, almost to extreme at times. And I know you've had difficult circumstances around 35, 37, and you easily get upset, easily hurt at times. And then, oh, what the hell? You're like that. So just take it easy and take one thing at a time. You do far too much.
Isn't that interesting? Because
that is incredible.
What do you think about that, Jacqueline?
What you both said?
Well, that's almost exactly what Maureen said as well. Yeah, no, I do totally agree. Yeah.
What did you say? What did Robin?
I maybe need to slow down.
Can I just ask Robin something there, Jacqueline? What did you say there was a time around what age, Jacqueline?
Well, particularly 35, 37. I don't know how old you are, Jacqueline, but there were some difficult personal circumstances. Life doesn't always treat you well because you get into everything. That's your trouble. So, you know, what happened then?
That's a bit of a worry, because I'm not even that age yet. So now, I'm
you don't need to worry about it. What happens is with people like yourself is you easily get hurt and take things to heart. Whatever happens in your life, treat it with that kind of learning curve. That's what we're here to do. Enjoy every bit of it. I know you do most of the time, so you don't need to worry. You come through it.
Would you both say, based on the writing, Maureen, and the palm print, Robin, that Jacqueline does get her knickers in a twist about things, basically?
Oh, she
look at they're both nodding here.
Quite upset about things and then work at it and lose sleep.
So just before we go on, let's not spend too long in each column, but what is it, if we can look back at Jacqueline's writing, that tells you that, Maureen?
it's the sheer fullness of the writing and the amount of space that it takes up, because the page is her world, and she's filling
She's
it
filling
from
it.
one end to the other. Yes.
Is that what that means? Because I have big writing. I
Yes.
fill one
But
page.
also, you see the margins, everything, the whole thing is completely full, which means her life is full. And really and truly, if you're going to be successful in life, you've got to give a little bit of space around the edges just to take stock.
I see. And what was it that told you virtually the same thing, which is very interesting, on the palm, if we can see the hand?
We have the handprint up again. Straight away, Jacqueline's got a very high forefinger. If you look at the cast of the hand, which is the rate of the fingers, that forefinger sticks straight up to heaven. It's almost as if, not a me-first attitude, but I've got to be in the thick of it. The trouble is, everyone sees you're able to do that.
The forefinger being this one, yeah?
Very high. Yeah, it's your first finger.
Yeah,
First finger.
And they will put you in those situations.
That's your forefinger, is it?
Yeah.
That's number one.
Yeah.
I thought it was the
ego.
index finger.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Actually, I've gone
words.
through life. I'm 36 years old. I thought there were two different things.
There you are.
There are
Well,
forefinger.
Jacqueline, very good luck. And I hope you do end up with a career in the film industry.
Thank you.
Good luck,
Thanks a lot.
Jacqueline. Just
Bye.
calm down, Jacqueline. Leave some
Planet.
space. Take it easy. Right, Colin from Wales. Robin's going to pop his
the
thingies
headphones
back
on
on.
again.
Oh,
again.
get your headphones on.
I feel like Derek Beatty here, sending people into the booth on Mr. and Mrs. All right, Michael from Wales, you can speak now.
Yeah, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How are
Fine.
you, Michael?
Right.
So, what's your question, Michael?
I have sort of a problem in my life about my father. I just wondering if that showed up in the hands or my writing or anything.
Okay, so let's first of all take a look at Michael's writing. There we go. So Maureen has a... So that's Michael's query. What would you say to him?
Well, when I've been looking at this writing, I'm noticing that there is no left-hand margin at all, and that refers to the past, and it means that person's being drawn to the past a great deal. So that is obviously a very strong feature in his particular character at the moment, is actually looking back at the past. There's a certain inhibition in his writing, which again, this may well be something to do again with his childhood and parenting, etc. And he's really got a quite romantic nature, so maybe a romantic person likes to make life look really good for themselves. So if there's a problem anywhere and it's unresolved, that would really worry that person. I think that there's a certain amount of insecurity in the writing as well, where personal relationships are concerned. I think he's quite a chatty person. I think he's got a need for people without becoming too involved with them. I don't know whether that actually answers the question at all, but I don't see
yes,
that.
it does, really. I mean, yes, my childhood was, was very quite sad, really, and being slightly insecure and with people. Yeah, you're spot on, absolutely spot on.
Well, Michael,
Okay, well, let's see then
with
what-
your, let's just compare what Maureen said about your handwriting, Michael, with your palm print, and let's twang.
There you are.
Go again.
Welcome back, Robin. It's Michael. He's rung in from Wales, and this is his palm print. And basically, the question Michael's asking is, he has a problem with his dad. How's he going? Will he resolve it? Really?
Well, you're an unusual sort of guy altogether,
Really?
Michael. You're warm, you're caring, you've got a great deal of sensitivity. Very sensitive for a guy, and sometimes I would say almost oversensitive. Be careful of this.
Yeah, yeah.
You've also got this ability to be a good critic. You're probably your worst own critic. You are very hard on yourself.
True,
And
true.
my guess is that you also, there's a little selfish streak here, but there's a lack of family lines in your hand, indicating that life wasn't easy as a youngster for you.
Very
And
true.
there's missive qualities here. You haven't grown up in some ways
No,
because you
no.
haven't had the kind of parenting that most people get. And those lines are not in your hand at all, which gives me some concern about your early years.